I just kind of want to give us a flow to go through, so that way you guys have a kind of like a from beginning to end. And since we're working on arm bars for this month, I just want to give at least some sort of kind of like consensus that's following the sequence that we're doing, which, as you can see, it's a lot of butterfly guards and getting to the S-mount arm bar. So let's kind of do it. So as I get right here, I'm trying to get the double unders, right? Because that's my favorite. But she's smart too. She knows that double unders is bad. I know that double unders is bad because she's going to go for the body lock pass and she's going to drive my upper body away from my lower body, and I don't like that. And so if I get the double unders here, then she knows she's in trouble because I might make her post, or I might sweep her, or I might attack legs. So we're both kind of battling it out right here for the double unders, or we're trying to wrestle up, and we both understand that this is kind of a crucial position to be in. And depending on where we end up, I might go for this right here. Boom. All right? Go for that butterfly sweep off to the side. All right? And so now we go for the butterfly sweep off to the side, and we're going to start immediately looking for that either the gift wrap or the S mount into the arm bar. So get right here, launch this right into this mount. Some people will shift this right into the side control, but I want us to attack mount, mount, mount. Because even if she locks up a little bit of a leg, this is still totally okay for us to start getting our gift wrap, taking the back, and we already have our one hook in now as we take the back, okay? So go for the mount. It's gonna usually give you better opportunities. So again, we're battling it out. I catch her arm, I get right here for the butterfly, I get to mount. Okay? Yeah, she might be chasing one of those, but regardless, I'm gonna find her elbow, I'm gonna push her elbow across, I'm gonna gift wrap right here. And then, like I said, you can sneak this underneath to the wrist. And when I say like I said, remember, I'm reviewing all the different gift wraps and the S mounts that I've done in past videos. Okay, so I get here, I use her head, or rather, she uses my knee as a pillow as I bring my knee to her head. I bring this other foot up to her other ear if I can get it. I hug this arm, push the face, drag the leg across the face, pinch my knees, and now I have my arm bar. All right, one more time. And now remember, if you decide to take the back, you can still have your arm bar. And remember, we still have our normal series. We're just using this as a flow. You can do your chokes, go for your Americanas, and have your whole sequence. I tell the kids all the time, go for the easiest submissions first because they're going to be focused on that, as it allows you to set up for the more complicated submissions. So if I get to mount, remember, this is just a reminder. In no-gi, the first thing I'm looking for probably is Americana, and then I might be looking for S-mount, and then I might be looking for a gift wrap. But as we go through the hierarchy, just be aware that these all set things up. At the same time, don't forget though that some things might flow together. So if you get there and you're kind of in this flow to the arm bar, but you're like, no, I have to stop at the Americana, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is certain things bleed together really well, right? And we want to flow from one move to the next. Well, at the same time, if you just hit a hard stop and you have to start from scratch, always start with the easiest submission first and kind of do your setups from there. And remember, this is advice for somebody from a beginner, okay? So if you get on top and you're like, I have a blank, well, at least you know for sure how to start the Americana. And now as they give you a response or a defense, you have a counter to that defense in order to advance that position even more. So you kind of have like a starting place where things can fork out. And so that's why I kind of keep coming back to, okay, start with the Americana and then go, okay? But if right now we're kind of just bleeding in or kind of blending together where we are with the armbar flows, that's kind of what these are meant to do, where you have these automatic responses where they just naturally flow together. So So once again, I'll just give you kind of an example. As I come right here to the butterfly sweep, and it's a hard stop. It's like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. Start with the Americana, right? She starts to defend, now I have my gift wrap, right? She starts to turn away, now I have my back take. She starts to try to put her back to the mat, okay, well now I have my S mount, right? So that way we kind of have these things and it all makes sense. Our body knows what to do next when we have an answer, this flow chart as we go through, giving us a solution to each problem that we come across, okay? But when it comes to flows, we're just building up natural automatic responses, like automated responses for when they land in that position, okay? And one thing that happens often, and get your brain used to just automatically connecting one thing to the next in the flow, is as I do this butterfly sweep, oftentimes I have this gift wrap to the armbar. So, right there. And then, as right here, all right, she's either gonna give me back take or arm bar. If I want the arm bar, I'm gonna start to move this up over the arm, or I can stay under the arm, it doesn't matter. Push on the face. Okay, I know that was long-winded, but I just want to make sure I touch base on the intros to all these different positions. And you'll notice, okay, as the course goes through, that's how I built the course. Those positions I want you to look at first because I'm building up on those positions as we move on. There's a reason why we did Ashigarami before we did butterfly guard, because you're going to see a lot of those elevations into Ashigarami. And now you understand, oh, I can use butterfly guard for those Ashi entries, for those leg entries, all right? And I couldn't do a full spectrum of how awesome butterfly guard is if we didn't introduce that first, because it wouldn't make sense for us to start showing leg entanglements when you don't even know what leg entanglements are as you're learning jiu-jitsu. So first and foremost, like, look at the positions in order as we post them in the school. And then you start out with the introductories and move on. So they should all be in sequence from like left to right, kind of, as you move down. So do you have anything to add to that?
I think the biggest thing too is like sometimes people try to just go to their side when they're doing, sometimes like doing butterfly sweeps to the diagonally.
That's a very good point. So one of the biggest problems, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, is you do not fall backwards, especially if you haven't scooted your butt forward so that way you're here. So one of the biggest things here is as I'm going for this sweep, if I just fall to the side right here and I separate myself, like Jade's just going to flatten me out and it's going to be really ugly. All right, I need to stay as a ball and I'm moving always towards the angle of the arm. Okay, sometimes we see the arm here, so we move straight sideways from the arm, but I'm trying to find this angle. I know that's kind of weird, but Jade, kind of like make a table facing them. I know this is weird. Yes. So this is the table, right? So because the leg of the table is right here, I'm not pushing towards that side. I'm actually making an angle the furthest away from all the other legs, so I'm actually pushing this direction. Okay? And so now I'm making an angle towards me. So when I do the sweep, I'm cutting and I'm trying to fall and pull her this way, not push her just to the side. Okay? So now watch as I do this. Let's go at this angle again. So as I get in here, I block this, I get underneath her. Look how I'm like falling towards and pushing towards that arm that way. So it's almost like she's rolling over her body, not just to the side.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, because as I get in here, and you'll see this with also with like scissor sweeps and stuff like this, if you're too far out and you're like pushing the wrong direction, you have no power. Okay? Which is why you need to scoot your butt in, load them, and now you have a bunch of power. Same exact thing with the butterfly. So when I'm right here and I'm close, it doesn't matter where we go. See, I'm close and we're going over towards that arm, but if I'm spread apart from her, like way back here, and I try to flip her and I'm just falling to the side and I'm pushing her to the side, it's not going anywhere. See, she's already put her elbow there to stop me and to move through. So she has a good natural reaction to that. And you already saw, this is something that we're going to do in the next class, how I can get underneath here and start doing these underhook overhooks, because then I can start wrestling up and making things really nasty on Jade. But since it's so complex, we're just focused on that sweep for now.